This is John T for the Boxing Voice, and I'm joined today by Northern Cruiserweight champion Damian the Demolition Man Chambers. How you doing, Damian?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks, mate. You're good.
Yeah, good here, thank you. Happy New Year. What'd you get up to New Year's Eve?
To be fair, mate, we had a planned fight for February, so we've just been training through it. But obviously, gyms have started to close and stuff like that. It started to get a lot hard for people. But yeah, I've had a couple of drinks and stuff. I had a good Christmas, and my birthday was on New Year's Eve. But yeah, I've still been training through it. Like, yeah.
Excellent. Well, happy birthday as well for New Year's as well. Then I imagine usually, unless you've got a fight coming up, the hangover is double then on New Year's Day, right?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't too bad, but like I say, we had a planned fight for February, but I don't think it's even going to happen because of all this COVID stuff. I don't know. I think it's quite bad over in Latvia. That's where the planned fight was.
Well, this was some of the questions I was going to ask, so I'll jump straight onto that. So for any of the fans who aren't aware, because it's the first time we've had you on the site, so welcome. Cruiserweight, as I said, I think you had 12 fights, 11 wins, and just a one blemish on your record. And I thought you were due out soon. So what's happened? You were due out. Where did you say you were meant to be fighting?
Well, it was originally, I think it was like October or something we had it planned. And then with all these COVID restrictions and stuff like that, the fight got put back to February the 13th, I think it was, in Latvia. We had an opponent sorted and all that, and then it all just fell through. Well, for this February one, I don't know what's going to go on now. I think it should still be going ahead, but you just don't know what's going to go on there with flying and stuff like that. And obviously, I've got a full-time job, so I'd have to come back and I don't know. I'll have to speak to work about stuff like isolating when I get back, and we just don't know what's going to go on. Yeah, but I'm going to keep on training. Just stay fit because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's got worse recently, as we know. I think, what, you in tier 4, tier 3 up there?
Tier 4, yeah.
Yeah, so you can hardly do anything. So flying abroad is a bit of a no-go. Any chance they might be able to get you on a UK show at all? Or
yeah, possibly. But we're going to see how this Latvia one goes first, and with the vaccine and stuff, we just don't know. And then we had one planned that was in mid-February. Then we had one planned in Nigeria, the end of March. So obviously the show's not been confirmed or anything yet, but that was the plan to get these two fights out and then see from there.
Well, if you're ticking over in the gym anyway, hopefully that will mean that if something does come along at short notice, you can get out one of these shows. I think everybody's waiting to announce the next load of cards that are coming out. It's quite quiet at the moment. So tell us a little bit about your setup. I know you're trained by Matthew Hatton, which is obviously a real big name in the boxing world. So where do you train?
So I train in Bredbury. It's about 10-minute drive from where I live. We've been there for a couple of years now. The gym used to be in Stockport. Bredbury is still Stockport, but it's like just a bit further out. But yeah, we've been there for just under 3 years, and I think the other gym that was in Stockport as well. But we've been at this Bredbury gym for just under 3 years, I think, and I've been a pro for just over 3 years. So yeah, I've had 12 fights. I think I've had now, won 11, lost 1, and we should have had more fights planned, but there's been a couple of injuries here and there, or fights they've pulled the plug on shows and stuff like that. So yeah, I've just should have had a couple more fights really. And I guess if it weren't for that Ultimate Boxer, that was like 3 fights in one night, then I would have only had 9 fights. So yeah, it's been a pretty busy 3 years, but like I say, we should have had more fights.
Yeah, well, that's still steady progress. Like you said, mate, you've had three years, so you've had 12 fights, an average of 4 a year. You're right about the Ultimate Boxer, which I was going to come on to that now. On the night, you got beat in the final, which was obviously sad for you against Michael Lowell. But like I said, that's no bad feat. The guy himself now 13-0. What did you learn on the night?
He's the kid that beat me is an experienced fighter, and yeah, every credit to him. Like he won the tournament. But yeah, on the night, obviously the big crowd and stuff like that. I think it was like my first fight I'd fought in that environment, kind of, with all the support, and it was good. It was good, and obviously there was a lot of negatives going towards it. Like I was on holiday a week before, and I pulled my shoulder like 4 weeks before the show, so I was going into it kind of like, if like, should I do it, should I not? But we went for it, and I got to the final, so I was happy with that, But yeah, there wasn't really anyone proper experienced in the show. But Loire was favourite to win, and he got the win. So yeah, I was happy with getting to the final anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I watched the fight back. I'll be honest, I remember it from before, but I watched it back again this morning just to refresh, because I think it was March, probably just under a year ago. It was the first round. You both just went out. I think he just caught you before you caught him. You went looking for him as well, and I guess at your weight, being a big fella at cruiserweight, he caught you first, right?
Yeah, it was the second fight that took it. It took a lot out of me. You know, it was a massive punch up. I put him down in the first round, then he had me wobbled in the second round, and then the third round was pretty equal. But yeah, it was a tough, really tough second fight. So yeah, when I got into the final, after I'd gone to the changing room for 15 minutes or so, and then I come back out, and I was still a bit dazed, you know. But yeah, it was a cracking shot he got me with. We went for the same shot, right on left hook, and yeah, he connected better.
That's the danger of those Ultimate Boxer or those 3 fights on the night. I mean, they're great fun. I'm a fan as well, obviously. They're great fun for us fans to watch because they're sharp 3-minute fights. So there's lots of action. But if you've just finished after the opponent's finished before, you've got to come straight back out, and he's probably a bit more fresh than you. And as you said, it was a bit of a battle, the semi, so that would have took its toll. So looking into this year, then obviously that fight's been cancelled. I know you had an opponent base. Anybody domestically you see yourself? Because I think you're probably a couple of fights away, maybe from an English title. If you get a couple more wins under your belt, you've just won the Northern Cruiserweight title. So anybody you got your eye on domestically?
Well, I think with domestically, I think we've got a good top 10, even top 20. They're all good prospects, you know. So yeah, we're just gonna obviously we'll take any fight that comes, but we're thinking of the English title after get these couple of fights out of the way. We're thinking about going for the English title or something. So yeah, we just got to take every fight that comes, though, you know, because you just don't know what's going to go on. We got offered a couple over a few months ago, but I'd recently not been in the gym because I got my hair done and stuff like that. So, but yeah, once I'm fit and ready, if the phone rings, you know, we're just going to go for it.
I interviewed Jack Massey recently because he was on a BT card. I was sort of like looking at the rankings, maybe a Jack Massey, a Luke Watkins. Do you see yourself around about that level at the moment? Similar kind of records they've had?
Yeah, they're more experienced and stuff like that. But yeah, they're both really good lads. I'd say the top 10, all good fighters, you know. But yeah, I'd fight if the phone rang for Luke Watkins, you know, if it was 10 round or whatever, it'd be worth going for, you know.
Excellent. And staying in the division then, top dog British level, I'm not sure many would argue probably Okolie. Would you agree with that?
He's obviously he's got the height, the reach, and he is getting better every fight. But in his fights in the past, they have been a bit not good to watch, you know what I mean? But he's just that awkward. I don't think anyone's going to be able to beat him domestically, or, you know, he's a big lad. He's like 6'6" or something like that, and he's just long and rangy, and he can bang as well. So I can't really see anyone beating him, to be fair.
He looked explosive on the Joshua card a couple of weeks ago, to be fair, which that was meant to be for a world title. And I think the guy was fighting got COVID or whatever, so that's going to be rearranged. Do you see him winning that world title fight?
I think so, mate. Yeah, like I said, he's just too big and too awkward. He's like a small heavyweight, isn't he? But yeah, he's just too big, too awkward, and he's really explosive as well. So I can't see anyone getting near him, to be fair. I mean, I think it was Jack Massey that was meant to fight him in the first place. Jack's got the experience and the height, so that would have been interesting to see the winner of that. But I'd like to see Okolie versus Riakporhe, two like very same heights, more or less the same heights, big reach, and but yeah, it'd be a good fight to see that.
I think he's still undefeated as well, isn't he, Riakporhe? Is he?
Yeah. I think it will happen at some point, maybe.
Yeah, good stuff.
So,
okay, and a little bit more about your gym then. So I did touch on it. Obviously, being trained by Matthew Hatton, you must have a lot of faces around and some good sparring coming in, because you're having a good person in your corner like that. What's it like having him as a trainer?
Yeah, you know, he's a good coach, and there's only like a couple of pros in the gym, so it's a lot. It's quite good to have the one-on-one kind of thing. You know, there's only me, Campbell, that's just turned pro, and Luke. So yeah, it's good. It's good. He's a good coach. He knows his stuff. You know what I mean? He's been there and done it all, and he is a really good coach and a good person as well. So it's good to have him in your corner, kind of thing. You know, he's had the experience. He's been there and done it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 52 fights I think he had. He's been in 3 times for a world title. Sadly, he didn't make it. But he's been in with Kell Brook in his peak. Saul Canelo Alvarez, who people will tell you is a pound for pound great. I think the last fight was maybe for an IBO against the South African fella Van Heerden. Just didn't get that title. But that experience will serve you great in the corner. And what's it like having Campbell sign pro? Because there's a lot of, obviously, the journos are after him, being Ricky's son. He looks like he's got the same kind of style. He's quite lively. What's it like with there?
He is. He's a lot like his dad, and he's going to cause a lot of problems in the pro games. You know, he's explosive, and he trains really hard. Like, he trains with us a lot of the time, and then he trains with his dad sometimes, and he's always out on the road doing jogs. And yeah, he's going to be he's going to cause some problems. I'm telling you, he's a good kid, and he will get better and better.
Good stuff. There'll be a buzz around that gym then. Right, well, before I let you go, big fight tonight. I know it's not your weight. I don't know, will you get up for that fight in the night? So Campbell against Garcia?
Nah, I was watching it in the morning, mate.
But, fair play.
Yeah, so it's a really, really good fight. I'm rooting for Campbell to win, but who knows? You just don't know what's going to happen, do you? But I think Campbell might be a little bit taller, and he is experienced as well. Up against Loma as well, he fought really well. So I'm rooting for Campbell to win.
Do you think he'll win?
I think so on points, but who knows? You know, he's quite explosive, this Garcia, so it's going to be a really good fight to see. Yeah,
if you like a bet, I think that the price is probably with Luke Campbell, because Garcia's the overwhelming favourite with the bookies. But hand speed, footwork looks great, but he hasn't really stepped up in class. And like you just mentioned, Luke Campbell, he's a gold medalist at the Olympics. Firstly, from an amateur point of view, it don't get any better. And secondly, as you said, he's been in for a couple of world titles himself, and there's no mean feat getting beat by Lomachenko, who's probably pound for pound at the time, and he went the distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, fair play to you for not getting up and watching it in the morning, because it won't kill you tomorrow. I'm probably going to get up, and then tomorrow I'll be dying all day. You know, it's like back to work Monday, trying to get back in the swing of things.
I know.
Right, well, thanks for having time to talk to us today. And hopefully, once the COVID settles a little bit, we'll pop down the gym and get some footage of you in the gym and the ring and stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, cool, man. Definitely.
All right, Damian. Happy New Year, mate, and we'll catch you soon.
Right. Thanks, mate.
All the best, mate. Cheers.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive, from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.